What do you record
So
with?
let us
Just curious.
begin. Now, because it's Windows 10 OBS,
Fair enough.
way back then I used Fraps, but on Windows 10 Fraps just doesn't record desktop. And I think OBS is better in terms of quality and like amount
OBS
of
is great.
settings.
I use it to stream.
Yeah, I know it's like a basic tool for, not basic, but like a lot of people use it to stream. Anyways, let's start with and connect to that small recon that we talked about. Ivo, a new day begins to you with a dream. You dream about a woman, a blonde woman that was. Sometimes the memory is not exactly right. You know that she was there in that place where they made you, or where they tried to break you and mold you into their own image. Uh, you dream about Anastasia and who knows what, but yeah, she. It will be up to Ivo's decision how she how he feels like about her, but as I said, either he might be aware that she helped him or not. Uh, but from her perspective, I'm gonna say that out of all the people involved in that experiment, she seemed like another prisoner, more or less, and she definitely offered the most compassion to everyone. And you don't, unless you want to dream about specific scene, otherwise specific moment. Otherwise, we can just say that you have like scraps, uh, wandering memories, hazy memories of that place
I'm
before
fine with
you
that.
wake up.
I would say that I probably don't know that she helped.
It's fine.
And this is someone who worked for the facility?
Uh, I mean, from Ivo's perspective, it might be like that.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, but she's she has a interesting status within her own people. Okay, and then you awoken by a sound of your alarm clock or whatever else, or maybe by a message which also gets to Wedge. Uh, it's from
That is I.
yeah, it's from Roman, the let's say air quotes owner of the taxi company that, well, you work for as a front, and the company itself is a front from for other activities. And the recorded message is saying that, and they probably won't be able to do the accent, but hey guys, somebody picked up the one of our cars. Can you just get your tools, and that will be priority, okay? And that's the end of the message.
I got like half of that.
Yeah, get the tools, get the car. Something like that.
I mean, basically, like, don't forget, like, get to work,
No.
because we really like have one specific thing that we need you to fix.
But like I got like
Maybe Roman.
someone got picked up and he wants us to go get in a car to do something, and that's about all I got. Like
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure if it was like you cut it in or out or just the
I'm
accent.
sorry. I need to boost the satellite power on this. Just give me a few seconds. Just rerun the messages again and tell me how it goes.
Okay. Then I hope. I mean, I have a new headset, so I hope it should work. Okay. Now you heard me all right, or?
Yeah.
We heard everything about except for the message itself.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just abandon the accent, but you can imagine that he speaks with a even more thick accent, like than
A
other,
more thick Slavic accent.
yeah, other people. And basically he says that hey, one of our cars got jumped on, like beaten up, like damaged, and we will have like, I will really appreciate if somebody will be able to like fix it, look at it. And you imagine, and that's like the gist of the message, and you imagine that it probably was meant to be sent to Wedge, but sometimes Roman is not the best with technology, so, or maybe he's also like stressed out and he just basically, did the equivalent of send to all.
Hmm.
Oh dear.
Well,
Damn Roman, I knew I shouldn't have let him take the online course. Why even take online courses when you have me here?
would you like me to go with you or stay low?
I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this. You know anything about cars?
Know how to drive them.
Know how to fix them?
Nope. That's all you remember.
All right. I fix the car. You drive the car.
Sounds good to me.
And by that I assume that, I mean, right, I mean it made sense from the background decisions that we did that both of you are like banking together.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like a small dingy apartment.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you travel to the company, the city, or at least the part of the city that you live in, is mostly same as usual. Tightly packed, dirty, full of smoke, or rather the oxygen level is not really the greatest. Uh, the streets are not filled with that many patrols, because I remember, rather they are not filled with patrols, period, because I remember that we said that basically this district, like this slum slash like very bad like district out of the entire city, if like armed security response goes in, they go in hard with a lot of support. So yeah, but I imagine that from time to time, on some at least places like major crossroads and whatnot, they might have like a single reinforced building, or just reinforced like pole of like mechanical light pole that has like some security cameras being like connected. Because bad district or not, I assume that the tyranny and people like that want control, they try to like have this like small
I just imagine it's probably harder to keep a unreinforced camera up in the slums.
yeah, and I was gonna got it that, yeah, obviously that doesn't mean they are not getting damaged and or destroyed, and so like they usually don't last for that too long. And people well, most of the people go at their business. The atmosphere and morale is like damp, low. Quite a lot of people don't like have really any emotions on their faces, which is obviously like the effect of the drugs, the toxins that they are dispersing to make population more dormant, more willing to be obedient. And yeah, now that I forgot about it, then definitely in around these places, I would say that one of the illegal like goods, normally they would be like saying regular drugs, right? And I think that in this case, if there are like any dealers, like the one of the like really good stuff is, I mean, also drug, but the kind that actually gives some of your like consciousness back, like you are like it counteracts the effects of
Hmm.
the toxins and whatever
Fresh
else,
water.
and whatever else the yeah, and whatever else the
Hmm.
yeah, the tyranny is using, the government is using.
They deal in fresh water, undrugged water.
Yeah, although I would imagine that at points it also gets harder, so you can only like take what you need, yeah, what you can, and just uh, either hope you have like really strong will, which like we assume that the heroic PCs, heroic characters have, that they can just like power through this, the anger, rage, and like this spark of revolution cannot be doused. Or yeah, for the others, it's basically like, yeah, they are feeling slightly fucked up, but they can get something that uh, helps them out and like makes them keep their, like, remember that they hate all of this, that they do not want to be obedient sheep that's being worked to the slaughter. Okay, and as you arrive to the company, a question, like, is this like a technically like average sized company? Like, when we are talking about the number of people, it's like in like only a few or like dozens.
I'm assuming this front is more of a smaller family style business like in GTA 4, where it's mostly uh, myself, Ivo, Roman, a secretary, and a handful of drivers. So nothing too conspicuous, but still enough that we can get more or less what we need smuggled around the city.
I'd say for the most part, probably operate in the slums,
Yeah,
and I'd say
or
it's probably like known secret that it is a front for smuggling business, at least in the slums. Like, we keep it not obvious, but like it's still kind of obvious, kind of deal. But like,
Okay.
all of the like reports that go to the government and whatnot showed as normal, but like people are like, yeah, that's those guys are a bunch of smugglers, basically. The people who would actually care don't know.
All right. So as you come by, there are not that many drivers around. I would even say that perhaps you are like one of the first guys that arrive. I would say that, yeah, Roman sent you a message like very early, so yeah, you're one of the first guys. Maybe others also received it, but well, either they didn't or they are taking their time. The secretary is already there. If you wouldn't mind, I probably won't be always getting the Eastern Slavic names. Unless you want when I need to open another random name generator.
Should use the one I use.
I am unaware what generator you are using.
It's called Fantasy Name Generator.
That's the one I just opened. Alright, that one works for me. Okay, so Secretary Tanya. Oh, how good that you are here. Roman is really stressed out. He's in the back. He's I don't know if he's trying to help, but try to ensure that he doesn't kill our driver through his helping. So she's like half also stressed by the situation, and on the other she's like has this like maybe not almost carefree, but slightly air-headed attitude. Oh, also, as you were walking through the garage, then probably at the corner you spot that one of the cars is like really bunked up, like a mob just went at it with like improvised weapons, baseball bats, and tried to take it apart seemingly. But whoever was driving it probably managed to get away. And yeah, probably in the background, like further in the company, like you are hearing muffled voices. Are there mostly one voice that's also sounding really stressed?
Alright, thanks for the heads up, Tanya. Should probably let Roman know that we're here. Could you page us in?
Yes, of course. And that reminds me as a question. Ivo. First question, does Wedge know that you are psionic? Just to be
Wedge
sure.
would, yes.
Does anybody else?
Probably Roman if he's actually part of the like if Roman's job is more than just handle the taxi company, then I'd say yes. Like if he's like, I guess it'd be my handler for the mafia, basically. If it's someone else entirely, then I'd say he probably doesn't know.
I am absolutely fine.
I'll leave that
way.
up to you if you want to add yet another character.
I mean, if he's a handler, it creates a fun situation where, on the first glance, he doesn't really look like somebody that should be involved with this stuff. And you might think that, yeah, Roman, you are like, you are in this like criminal business partially, but you like don't really look or act that way. Okay, so as you are paged in, obviously the office, it doesn't look completely ramshackle, run down like completely bad, but it's also running on goodwill and duct tape in terms of equipment, like some basic equipment. All of this stuff is pretty old, gotten second or third hand, so it's pretty worn down and used, but at least it's still holding up. And one of these furnitures is a couch, which now is occupied by somebody that's like groaning in pain, and you see like several like not measly like like somebody tries to bandage a wound and it's like not exactly tight because the person doesn't exactly know the basics of first aid or is not that good of a healer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you basically see, I would say that you remember his name, one of the drivers, Milo,
Oops.
that seems like somebody just tried to like other he looks injured and there are like some places like red stains, but I would say that like knowing more without a heal check to or notice check to figure out what exactly happened to him, what are his injuries, like that's what we are getting. And obviously Roman is like fretting and like going around like what I'm gonna do, and like he's stressed, and then he probably notices you or you announce yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got paged in, so.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Wedge, Io, I'm glad you are here. Nobody followed you?
Um,
Just a mugger.
Yeah. Yeah, but no like other band of thugs or corporate government goons? Nothing like that, right?
Not that I saw.
Roman, relax. It's just us.
Good. Can you help me with this situation?
Let's see. Heal is wisdom, correct?
Yeah.
No. Where's the? Hold on. Is there a button to roll or?
Oh right. Yeah. So technically, like you have -1 heal, but so it's like it won't be like a very good helping back. Like at the very least, you can just maybe somehow you'll be able to spot like what's bad and how you can go with normal first aid. And yeah, to explain how the rolling works, at least using these character sheets. On your character sheet, in the top right corner, I've already made it. In the top right corner, you have quick menus, and you have like initiative, skills, saves, and weapons.
Okay.
So you go skills, and then you should get like a whisper to you, and then you should have like a. Oh yeah, exactly. Okay, so despite the fact that you have no formal training, because that's essentially what -1 in skill rank means, that you are untrained and
I just got lucky. I just picked the right.
He, no, he watched Scrubs.
yeah, maybe you consumed a lot of media, or maybe because this is a bad part of town. I mean, honestly, you are living in the bad city, bad planet for you. But especially this is like an even rougher part of town. So probably you were like not really forced, but I mean you saw some people getting injured from time to time, like random brawls and riots starting up, however rare they were. So it's not like this is the first injured person that you see. So figure out that essentially it's less that a mob managed to get him and like beat him up, because otherwise he would not get out alive. But concerning what you saw in terms of how the car was damaged and the fact that it managed to get here, you see that he basically has some lacerations, like parts of glass when they like whoever attacked his car, just glass went in, like cut him, and when he like floored it and tried to evacuate, maybe even like there are some bruises because maybe somebody tried to, before he managed to like get away, like somebody tried to get in, like push their hand inside, like grab him, like try to pull him out, maybe like start like getting like 1 or 2 punches. But overall, it must have been pretty brutal and rough and quick, because he like he's groaning in pain. He probably can walk, but he's like partially conscious.
Just making sure he doesn't have a concussion or something.
There might be some shock, and yeah, with a 12, yeah, he probably might have gotten hit in the head once, so now he's like, and the shock and the adrenaline of the following actions like probably took a toll on him. So now he's like laying down, and I think with a 12 he managed to like fix up like the bandages and basically ensure that he's lying in the correct position so he doesn't get fucked up even more.
Yeah, just put him in a sofa and basically let him sleep it off.
Yeah, but
like basically with that he'll check, is he in threat of like dying?
With a 12, no. Although it will take longer to like get him up to speed because we'll like need multiple hours of just like regular rest, natural healing.
Yeah, so I basically tell Robert that he's going to be down 1 driver for the day. He should be able to make a recovery, but it would be most wise to let him take let's say 2 days off.
Okay, it's fine. I just wonder what if it's something more. What if it's somebody targeting our company? Like what the hell? It's a bad part of town, but I don't remember it happening that much before. Our benefactors, like.
Did you, Roman? Did you play cards with any of the major players? Did you skim somebody off?
Was Milo running anything?
Give me a moment. Right. I mean, I'm gonna go with the most stereotype Russian name, Ivan. Like last night, like we are getting almost the night shift was getting in, like starting, and they left like 1 car, company car, and like they said it was like a special delivery. Oh no, did he even manage to get it? Or how did they? Guys, I need a moment to like distress. Can you, I don't know, look at the car? Can something be made about it?
Yeah, hold on. We're just gonna go back to the car and basically do a round of see if he can quote unquote fix it up. Since that's something he's good at. No, I don't think it's strength. I think it's more wisdom.
Ivan just kind of shrug and follow him.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I mean, just for the future reference, I probably shouldn't be saying the DC for rolls because this is not like Powered by the Apocalypse, so technically there are no partial successes. Mechanically, you can either success or fail. And I would say, considering how badly the car is damaged, the DC would have been 10.
I think he's more not quite fixing it yet, but trying to diagnose things.
Yeah, but like not to make too many rolls for one thing. Then like for diagnosing, like basically dealing with this car and finding if maybe there's like a secret about it, the DC would be 10. Remember what you have as an expert, because experts specifically have like regular experts have the once per scene you can reroll a failed skill check. Heroic experts, and I think this is like in addition, they don't get like or either or. Although I will double check. Heroic experts have this thing that you don't reroll, you just declare that once per scene. This is like changed. You don't get reroll, but instead you once per scene you can declare that. Like for example, this check, you act as if you rolled a 12 on a die. So because your fix is +1 and your wisdom modifier is +2,
that would have been 15.
Yeah, and also like for the future reference, like I am fine with wisdom in this case, but in the future skill checks, like there are some attribute, like I would declare that this attribute works and other doesn't.
Alright.
But yeah, wisdom here also like works. So the question: do you want to use that thing for this scene?
Depending on how long scenes usually are they like?
In this case, the scene would be while we're in the garage and talking to.
Alright. In that case, yeah, I'm going to do it.
So say like we get a job when we go out and we're driving around, that would be a different scene.
Alright.
Okay, so yeah, Ivo, you see like Wedge gets into his element. He like stops thinking about the outside world and just goes at it, gets out his toolboxes, puts the car on a, oh my god, what's the word? Like when you like put car slightly higher so you can see the
I think it's just
car jet.
Yeah,
car lift.
On a car lift, and like he just goes at it and he basically like makes this diagnostics and whatnot like much quicker, because like it almost seems like he memorized this entire thing, like every element of a car. And yeah, so basically several things. Technically this car is drivable and fixable, although it's not really a matter of skill if it can be fixed, but in terms of materials and time, even though you probably know how to do it best, like you are probably the best mechanic the garage has right now, the taxi company has right now, but it still would be like a matter of I'd say 2 days, like of really maybe not non-stop, but a lot of work.
Yeah, intense work.
Yeah, intense work. But you find something much more interesting, because you remember, perhaps you also talk about it with Ivo, as I don't know, Ivo during this thing. It doesn't, as I said, the like scanning and whatnot, it doesn't take too long itself. So you stay around and just like exchange like opinions with Wedge from time to time, or
Pretty much, I'm probably just sitting there drinking a coffee or something.
all right. I'm just double checking what.
Caffeine is hell of a drug.
What stuff you have? Okay.
And because of the company, coffee would probably be something of a commodity.
Yeah, okay.
And corpos.
Yeah, I would imagine like a real coffee would be like, it's like in Warhammer 40k, like real coffee is like very rare, and usually people they get decaf, like
Mm,
technically a coffee, but not really.
yeah. It tastes like coffee and it has caffeine in it. Is it actually made from coffee beans? Probably not.
Yeah, but you don't want to know.
Exactly. Just like the meat. Don't ask what's in the meat.
Yeah,
Mi-
that rule applies to a lot of things, a lot of drinks, and a lot of food in this city.
Mystery coffee. Is it a coffee? It's a mystery.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, but the second thing, which is much more interesting to you, because obviously with that much knowledge and like instinct about the cars, you can immediately spot that this car has been modified. As in, specifically, they made it so they put a secret trunk in it, which on one hand it's not that unusual. You are a smuggling company, or rather you do a lot of smuggling, um, but you also know that not every car is as fitted. Like, you have some regular smuggler holes and whatnot, but with the right knowledge and like tools, you can get to it pretty easily if you know what you're looking for. This one has been like really put in a way that it would take a lot of time to get it, assuming you know where to find it, which, now that you think about it, it makes sense that the car looks like they tried to tear it apart, because you start getting a feeling with your intelligence and mostly wisdom. It's like, yeah, with your wisdom that you have, either both of you, you are not that bad with wisdom, that somebody had to like be tipped that they knew this car carried something important, but they didn't know where, so basically they attacked the car with the intent of stopping it and just like tearing it apart. And with a 15, like with your like great check, yeah, you basically managed to locate this compartment, this smuggling hold, which is like a, as I said, like a very special, uh, not usual hold that you have. And you manage to notice that it's intact. And probably after
That-
a little while, you also figure out that whatever was inside it, it's still there.
Alright, so is Roman here in the garage with us, or
I mean, as you are working, I imagine that he like manages to like uh, come by.
alright? So I basically tell him the good news. Well, whatever, whoever did the new paint job uh, for the taxi was thorough, but not thorough enough. Looks like the thing is still safe and sound.
Oh, oh, uh, and you don't know if Roman is acting more relieved or stressed, and that's
I could have to open it up to make sure it didn't get damaged any.
what should I do? Uh, I mean, I know you don't have rank in it, but you can try to make a notice check uh, with wisdom modifier. The DC would be uh, 7. Roman is not that great at hiding secrets. Rather, no, wait, I need to rephrase that considering what he might know about Ivo. More often than not, it's not that hard to read him as in what emotions he feels at this moment.
As I say, wait a minute. He's not great with secrets, huh?
That's why I said I need to rephrase that.
What'd you say it would be? Notice?
Notice based off on wisdom, and DC is 7.
Now, to be fair, you can also take a.
No, because he's not an expert.
Oh, right.
He's a psychic.
But you can roll.
I mean, if Wedge wants, if he like looks at if he wants to.
Let's see.
I was
Skills.
just kind of raising his eyebrow at him, but it's
Yeah.
like, whatever,
Essentially, what
man.
Ivo gets is that Roman feels conflicted and like, yeah, but look at this. And yeah, for Wedge is also.
Hey, boss, you doing okay?
Yeah. Sadly, this is the same scene, so you cannot use your thing.
I already used the thing.
Yeah. Sorry, it's shit. I really thought that he managed to deliver the package. I hope Ivan will not be pissed.
I could always take it. It'll be late, but
Let's see. I need to make one roll for Roman, just to see like what he's gonna decide on. Okay, there's like a moment of silence as you like see him trying to like steal his emotions, like steal his nerves. Okay. So obviously, if they jumped this car, they had to know something. So they might be looking for another one. I hope they won't find the trail back here.
how far is it?
How far is what?
The delivery.
I would say that it was another part of town, closer, like to the edges, where like the better districts start happening, but not exactly at the border, because obviously, where the better district starts happening, the more security there is.
Could always hoof it.
Yeah.
Take a bit longer, but
yeah, definitely it would take longer, because even with your teleportation, like on rank level 1, your teleportation limit is
it's 100 meters.
Yeah, so definitely it would be longer. Plus, also you have like a need for line of sight. Although, if I checked correctly, you took the thing that makes it so.
Once I spend it, it's spent, and I can do it for a while.
Yeah. I had to double check like what's the proficient apportation. Okay.
I wasn't even planning on using that. I was just gonna walk.
Yeah. It definitely would take like a I would say by pure walking, it's half a day.
Maybe you jog then, but still.
I mean,
I mean,
let's say
I mean, do we have can we use the sewer systems?
Is
Let's
there
say-
a sewer system?
honestly, my idea would be that for once, at least in this part of the city, you don't get fantasy sewers that often, as in you don't get sewers that are large enough to like comfortably fit in people walking by. Although if you want to, there might be segments that can be used as walking through and whatnot. But considering the state of the city, or rather this part of the city,
They're probably occupied.
expect. I mean, they might have some occupants, like not the nice kind, and especially the hazardous materials like the toxins and whatnot, like the environment itself might be dangerous. And I don't think you have access to vac suits or vac skins. Um,
A minor gang known as the Goblins.
yeah, the Brever masks might be available, not publicly legally, but probably they can be bought on the planet. But yeah, that's the thing of buying them. Although now that I think about it, Ivo still has some money left from character creation.
I think we both have 100 gold.
I have 700.
Yeah, Ivo had some.
Oh, I have a.
I took the civilian package, so I start with clothes, a comm pad, and 700 credits.
Yeah. Yeah, but Roman continues that. Yeah, that's the option. On the other, I don't know. I dislike when they give us. Normally, when they give us like special jobs, they like go without hitch. Like, so what happened? What changed? Like, I'm really curious what's inside of it. Yeah, maybe not. Uh, I mean, look, plausible deniability. I mean, if you like, I should be able to pull information from somewhere where they were supposed to deliver it, so I can leave it in your hands, and I need to take care of other drivers. Can I leave it in your capable hands, please?
Solid.
Oh, it's. Oh, I had nothing better to do. Just give us the drop-off point and.
Right. Yeah, so he leaves the information and leaves you too. And the question is, yeah, what you are going to do with it? Will you try to take a peek?
Yes.
I guess my better judgment. We probably need to know if the cargo was damaged in any way.
Okay.
Can you do a fix maybe to try to like open it without tampering?
Yeah, I was going to go at it because the lock, not the lock, but like the compartment that you managed to dislodge from the car and like take it out is not like well made in terms of like how it looks, because it's trying to blend itself in the car, but it seems sturdy, and it seems like they really cared what's inside, because the lock, like the opening mechanism, doesn't seem simple, which means that the skill check to like open it without like breaking it, or without like leaving a mark, would be yeah, it would be like a DC of 10. And it
on
it can be fixed based on wisdom. And I would say, because if you don't get it, I would say that because you are knowledgeable in this, I would say that it's not like you will damage this, but you will know that you cannot open this without making it visible. Like, people that, if you deliver this later, like, the recipient will know that somebody managed to open it.
I mean, were we ordered not to peek
We
by
weren't.
the?
I would say that's the usual, like that's the basic procedure. Like, don't look at the merchandise.
Don't ask questions. Don't peek at the cargo.
Yeah, I would say that in this